Hey everyone, welcome to my studio and this live stream painting session. I see a few of you on there, which is awesome. Hopefully more people will join, but I hope you made yourself some coffee today, some tea to sip while you're painting. We are going to deal with obsession today in our painting. So go ahead and have handy some images that you can work from. I'm going to work from this book about cats because I really like cats. So I'm going to do a painting involving many, many cats. I wanted to first show some examples of, hey Joanne, thanks for saying hi. I have some links in the description of this video that you can visit later, but I'll also share them right now. Examples of where we might go today. Now, I found this particular image, and I couldn't determine who the artist is. Hey, Jennifer. So that is a image of just a cacophony of cups, cylinders. And I want to just call attention to the repetition of those shapes and the visual rhythm that they create. That's what I want to think about today, not just our obsession and painting something that we love over and over and over, but also the visual rhythm that can happen through that repetition. I honestly couldn't think, I can think of lots of abstract artists that almost like apply this obsession to their mark making and their repetition that way. But I honestly could not dredge up a lot of artists or paintings that show a particular object repeated over and over. The only person I could really think of is Wayne Thiebaud. He painted cakes and cookies and candies and all kinds of yummy desserts and stuff. So I included a link to one of his pieces, and you can look him up later as well. With his work, he seems to have more of an organized arrangement to his pieces, but there still is this really nice movement, I think, with his work and with his arrangements. And like I said, a visual rhythm or a certain type of a flow to his paintings. You know, and I even almost want to just show one of my own pieces here. This piece here that I've been working on with this repetition of people and just trying to show kind of a rhythm to the characters in the painting. And they are in an orchestra, which is all about music. So there is almost that literal referencing there. But yeah, just something to think about today as you're building your painting. And then just the final person I want to talk about is Yaya Kusama, because she had an obsessive, or has somewhat of an obsessive way of repeating a mark over and over and over in her paintings. So I'm including her as well, but certainly there's so many abstract expressionists painters especially that get into repetitive mark making, which if you would like to do that today and you just feel like you want to just work abstractly with marks and repetition that way, feel free. I'm sort of feeling like I want to dive into just, you know, the joy of painting something that I love, that is fun and, you know, just soothing to the soul a little bit. So like I said, I'm going to again, work pretty intuitively, but I'm going to use these pictures of cats that I have. But it's up to you what you want to work with. And honestly, if you want to share what it is you're going to be obsessing over today in your paintings, if you want to share that in the comments, I'd love to see what's on your minds today. So you could start with a drawing, and like always, I tend to work really intuitively and make design and composition choices as I go. But you might work differently today. I am going to grab a marker for now. So I'm working on this canvas. This, you might notice, you might recognize maybe. This is from the other day. So I painted over this, but you can still see it a little bit. And I am going to this book has so many like hilarious, adorable pictures of cats. So I'm going to just start with one of them. And I'm going to start large and then sort of build other characters around this one cat. Something else about obsession is you can also get into obsessively looking and observing something. So this might be part of your process today where you just kind of get in and like obsessively paint little details of something. That's another form of obsession. I think we're just tapping into that emotion today. All right, I'm going to just start working, and feel free to join in and also share with me what you're painting today. Also, just before I start, I want to just show you, I have a fully loaded palette today. I've got my white, yellow, 2 yellows, yellow ochre. I've got 3 different reds. I get this quinacridone red, alizarin crimson, pyrrole red. I've got an orange, burnt sienna. It's hard to see these, I guess. Burnt umber, phthalo blue, and dioxazine purple. Thinking about drawing the flowers on my table. I love it. Do it. So what I'm going to be doing with my cats is probably a little bit of deconstruction. And you might do this with the flowers also. Like you might do a few flowers full on and then maybe do like little details of the flowers, like an arrangement of petals or something. In the picture that I shared for the thumbnail for this video in my little sketch here, I got really into the ears and the form of the head of a cat. I just think that's a really adorable quality in a cat. So I got into that. Also like the tails. I might be a little bit of a weirdo, I guess. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and start. And you all feel free to work however you need to. Love it. Hey, Sarah. So if you joined in late, just to reiterate, we're doing an obsession painting today. So just painting something we love. It could also be a phobia. I'm just saying, but something, yeah, something you want to obsess over for a minute and just really get into. So I'm going to be painting cats over and over. Some of it will get painted out, obliterated, deconstructed. We'll see what happens. I might make just like a mound of cats. Alana! Look at that kitty. I know. They're just so cute. I don't know who gave me this. Alana, did you give me this book? Someone gave me this book. Maybe, I don't know. I love it though. It's a sticker book, and I am always just holding back from putting the stickers and everything. Um, so, yeah. It's helping me to use different color markers right now, but everyone's got their own game. Let's see. Connie. Which Connie? Hi, Connie. So if any of you are doing your own obsession paintings, please tell me what it is you're painting, if you dare, if you feel protective about your passion. I understand. My friend just had a baby, and yesterday she posted a picture of her with the baby, and she just wrote, obsessed. And I thought that was great. My Springer Spaniel, Josie. Hooray. I cannot deal with this cat right here. So I'm going to put its own little corner here. My daughter has a cat game. I might have to draw those later. Cats are so fun. They are. Okay, there's a Siamese on here. So I'm going to approach this a little bit like the cubist painting from last week. I'm going to take my charcoal and maybe just start smudging in some different values to work from. Put another small cat in here. I might not keep all these cats when I start painting, but we'll see. We'll just see. I'm going to do some more ears, I think, up here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just start with the paint process here. So I am going to take a color. In this case, I'm going to use purple and some water in my paint. And I'm just going to start outlining some of these cats. And I'm just going to start outlining some of these cats. And I'm going to start filling them in and just working intuitively and enjoying the process. Joining late. Hi, Catherine. Oh, Kathy Goodwell. Well, so far being different cats over and over. And one of the things we're going to be thinking about today as we build our artwork is visual rhythm, creating visual rhythm through repetition. And I included some links if you scroll back in the chat to different artists. This is to have some of your finest work. Thank you. Oh, I'm painting a different cat. So one of the things I often talk about when I'm talking about building a painting is going around the whole thing and just sort of plugging in things and developing the whole painting together, kind of like focusing a lens. However, for this painting, for some reason, whatever the reason is, I don't know, but I feel inclined to just work on this particular cat for a bit before I get into these other ones. So that's what I'm going to do. And if you want to even take this as a lesson for painting animals, you can. Although I will say I am stylizing this a bit. I'm not trying to do any kind of realism here. I am simplifying uh, my cats and giving them a little bit of character and personality. So um, just because that's more fun for me. Hi there, just joining and loving the look. I've been asked to do a painting for a friend with multiple horses, so this is great. Awesome. It's cool. Yeah, when I'm painting like a furry creature, I like to layer the paint in the way, like thinking about the way their fur is layered, um, especially like a really furry dog or something. Another thing when I'm painting a furry creature is I like to paint the brushstrokes in the direction that the fur grows out of the body. Even if they have short fur, I like to think about that. It's the same with hair, even painting hair, um, like on a in a portrait of a human. I like to paint the hair in the direction it's growing out. Love the colors in the cat, the purple. Yeah, I started with purple as like kind of just establishing a drawing of it. But yeah, I like to leave some of those lines when I paint. Another thing is, I don't know if this makes a difference at all, but I am working on a canvas that was unprimed when I stretched it. And when your canvas is unprimed, it's just raw canvas and it's really porous. And so you have to put many layers of gesso on it to make it less porous. However, for me, I probably could use a couple more layers of gesso on this because the canvas is still kind of absorbing some of the paint. And actually, I don't really mind it. It's just a different surface than painting on something that's fully gessoed and fully non-porous. So yeah, this surface still has a slight um, absorption to it. So the paint's just handling a little bit differently on it. It's not quite gliding as well as I'd like, but I'm just working with it, going with it. If it was oils, it would be a problem because oils um, rot out a painting or will rot out the canvas. But since it's acrylic, that's not really a problem. You can paint on raw fabric or anything with acrylics. So before I get too committed here, I'm going to move into a different cat. Do my main cat here. I'm going to start with a different color for this one. I think I'll start a little greener just because I'm going to go off of, I'm not going to necessarily work with like realistic color with this painting. I'm going to try different colors out. If I'm ever painting white fur, I don't like to paint white onto white, so I usually will put some kind of a color down. Like for this cat, it has a little bit of a white tuft of fur here, but I'm gonna put this dark color down, let that dry, and then paint my white on top of it. And I'll probably use more like a tint of some sort, like a gray or a really light gray or something. Um, I maybe some white right out of the tube right at the end, but I don't usually use white right out of the tube. We'll see. Jamie and ruffles. I've been studying flamenco dance and I'm obsessed with the costuming. That's so cool, Jamie. Can't wait to see that. Um, have I missed anything else? You see how the white fur pops out now um, because I put that dark color down first. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you're enjoying this process. Still drying. Yay. Good. Okay, I'm going to move into a different cat here. I'll do these little guys. Oh, wow. Time sure does fly when you're having fun. Realized it's almost been an hour that I've been painting, and I really did not feel like an hour at all for me here. I'm going to just continue a little bit longer. Um, if you need to sign off, um, I hope you had fun. Please share your paintings with me. Um, you can go to ursulagullow.blogspot.com. I have been trying to post all the paintings that have come in from the different sessions. So feel free to go there and check it out. There's been some really amazing paintings, I'm not going to lie. And I've just been thrilled at everyone's response to this. So, yeah, I encourage you to go and look at each other's paintings over there. And also, any donations you want to make um, are definitely welcome. I've included a link to my PayPal account, but of course, please uh, don't feel like you have to donate. I would prefer to just have you come back on here and paint with me. And also, if you want to share this channel with your friends or anyone you think might be interested in doing some of these painting exercises, please feel free to do that. On Monday, I'm going to talk about texture and creating texture with different things around the house, creating actual texture in your painting and the surface of your painting, but then also creating what's called implied texture through your brush strokes. So we're going to talk about that. And I'm probably going to work partially from a still life and partially abstract again. But haven't quite thought it all the way through yet. As long as there are still some of you on here working, don't stop working. But I want to encourage you again to take the leftover blobs of paint on your palette, and instead of throwing them out when you're done with your painting, maybe uh, take your brush, paint it all around your palette, take a paper towel, like one that you've been using maybe, and lay it on there and get it saturated with the paint and let it dry, and then you can peel it off. I want to incorporate some of those in Monday's lesson. So here, for example, is one that I did, and I painted dots and stuff on the other side. So this kind of stuff is really fun to work with, especially when you want to create textures and stuff like that in your paintings. So try that out if you've never done that before. Use your paper towel and just sop up the rest of your paint whenever you're done. Let it dry, peel it off. And of course, you can add other colors and stuff to it. But it's a really fun material to work with later on. I also have like this paper towel. There's actually some sparkle paint on there that's pretty fun that I can use in a future project. I worked digitally today, but hope to get my paints out this weekend. Cool. I honestly, when I first saw that, I thought it said, I worked diligently today, which I'm sure you did also. Okay, I am going to sign out of here, and I'll keep working on this over the weekend, and hopefully we'll see what happens. I'm excited about the start of this one, and I hope you all like yours. Lisa says, I can't wait to dig into one of these. I listened while finishing up some baking. Really great lesson. Thanks. Thank you, Lisa. I hope you baked something awesome and delicious. That's hilarious. You know, I would do the same. Jennifer. Okay, so I'm going to log out. Everyone, enjoy your weekend. Please send me whatever it is you did for this lesson. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what you're obsessing over. And we'll do it again on Monday. We'll do a texture, a painting filled with texture, and explore texture on Monday. Okay, love you guys. Thanks a bunch, and have a great weekend. Bye.